Now for about 2 months. Joining me in studio is Lieutenant Governor of Guam, Ray Tenorio, to talk about the Islandwide Beautification Task Force. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
You know, the last time I talked to you was prior to the inauguration of Guam. Now you've been on the job for about 2 months. Is it everything that you expected it to be at this point?
I have to be one of the luckiest people on Guam. It's a great job. You get to get a lot of things done. We work with really fantastic people. I applaud the governor and his selection in our cabinet and our boards. We've just got a really good mix, and I'm excited. We've done a lot of good things, and I think we'll do a lot more before we're done.
Well, speaking of good things, the Islandwide Beautification Task Force is definitely a good thing, and you guys held your first cleanup, I believe, a couple of weekends ago. Tell us about that, and what else is in store.
Well, we did what was called Fort Labugan. It's right on Route 6, Nimitz Hill. When you take the Loop intersection, you go right up the hill. You don't take any turns off of it. On the left, there's a vista. When I was a police officer, it used to be one of those lovers lanes kind of places where you could look over and you could see Tamuning and Barragata and Dedido and the far reaches of the island. But now, well, before, it was overgrown and it was really an illegal dump. But thanks to gentlemen like Andrew Park and so many other corporate citizens who have come out and helped us to clear the property, we've got rid of so many things and really made it a beautiful site. And there's a really kind of fort there, like the old Spanish fort, and it's kind of 50-50 private-public ownership of that property. But if you go up there, I'm hoping that people won't litter, that they'll throw their trash in the right place and help us to keep it clean, because that's really what we're trying to do, is beautify our island, making sure that we do the right things for the right reasons.
And now that particular area, it's not just we'll clean it up one weekend and that's it, right? It's something that you guys have committed to keeping clean?
That's right. I've been told that the Ilocano Association of Guam wants to maintain that park, and we've been working with many of the partners. I've also contacted Mobile, SPPC, and Shell. We're going to be trying to get those 55-gallon drums to get trash cans at different places. We've got the mayor's office, of course, Mayor Sinicus from Asan. Even Mayor Gamatata from PD was there and helped us. And we had so many people that were part of this project. But exactly that. We're not just going to do something and then leave it to go back to where it was. We're going to maintain these things so that it becomes something we can always enjoy, whether you're going there at night or the day, whether you're in the weekday or a weekend, whether you're a tourist or resident. We want everyone to enjoy the beauty of the island.
What goes into selecting what sites are chosen to be cleaned up?
You do. Every single person in our community. What I'm hoping is that people will tell us, we really got to do something here, or this particular park is in bad shape, or somebody who wants to improve a certain stretch of road to adopt that road or adopt a park. But it also comes down to the government, I think, taking a part in trying to help others. There are many organizations like at Ipaw Beach, the Rotary Club, have been doing a lot of refurbishment of many of the pavilions, and asked me today, what are we going to do about the big pavilion? Well, we need the partnership of corporations. We need people who are going to be part of this community and are already part of this community to help us, the government. And there's 3 blueprints that I'd like to talk to you about if you got a minute. One of them is the blueprint for service, and that is a competitive sort of plan for seniors of the class of 2012 to beautify their campuses and maintain their entire school, as well as a specific park, which we have yet to be determined. And the judges will be going into the schools and looking at the school campus as well as the parks on a random basis and judging, seeing if there's any litter or there's any graffiti or any other problems. And we're hoping that the competing classes of 2012, seniors in high school, one of them will win. And the winning class, high school, will get a full expense paid prom. That my corporate citizens, including the Marriott Hotel, is willing to assist with. And we need to find a supplier for the food, but there's a lot of different things that I think come from that. Number one is that these kids, these 18, 19-year-olds, they're going to be parents soon. They're going to be part of our community as adults soon. And so if we get them involved in it now, and then they're underclassmen, the juniors and sophomores and freshmen, they'll also see that they might be able to get this in the future, so they'll help maintain their school, and that helps everybody, and also creates a paradigm shift so that the adults will, when they become adults at 18, 19, 20 years old, and they become parents, they'll take ownership in their own community and not litter.
Okay, and there are some other blueprints?
Yes, there are. There's a blueprint for partnership. Now, Blueprint for Partnership involves many of the companies like we did Guam Waste, which is involved in the Fort Lapugan project, which brought 4 different full-size containers, like many other corporations contributed, including Winchell's, including Crown Bakery, for food. Partnership is bringing those corporate citizens in who want to be part of the larger community and improving our island and beautifying it in a way that they can. We got Vincent Hardware and Guam Home Center up here who donated some water hoses and things to help us scrub the graffiti off and repaint it. We've got so many different people who want to be partners, and that's the second blueprint, and I think that's a very important part of it. And the third one is Blueprint for Leadership. The Department of Administration, DOA, DOE building, right across from the police station at Agana, it's a really bad eyesore. And I talked with the superintendent of the Department of Education, Britannia Underwood, today, and she says they're cleaning out the inside, which is what I had asked them to do. Now we're going to take a role in cleaning up the outside, because I think the government has a responsibility. We can't ask the private sector or individuals out there to clean up their homes or the businesses if we don't clean our own stuff up too. So we're going to get DOE, and we're also going to some of those same partners involved in helping us clean up the DOA and DOE building, because you can't be hypercritical. You can't be looking at others and saying you need to clean up your house if we don't clean up our house first. So we need to take a role in that.
Moving forward, where is the next, I guess, site that you guys have chosen to clean up, and when exactly is the target date for that project?
Well, DOA, DOE is going to be a series of Saturdays. That's the government side, the Blueprint for Leadership. On the Blueprint for Partnership, we're going to be hopefully hooking up with the Filipino community of Guam, which is involved in the erecting of the Archbishop Felix Berto Flores Loop. Right where the old GMH is located. That place needs a lot of love, and we're going to give that love to it over time. We've got to do some planning, and so we've got to do some organizing. We're also partnering with John Scragg at JWS and some other people who are going to help us to be able to provide some of the basic needs. For example, we're going to polish that statue. It's really a beautiful statue of the Archbishop. But what we need to do is we need to work with the Archdiocese and other organizations to polish it really, really nice. And once we do that, Mr. John Scragg committed to giving us the seal. It's a clear seal. So when we finish polishing and making it beautiful, we'll be able to maintain it for a long time. So it'll be a really shining example of the great spiritual leader that he was for our community. And then also do a lot of beautification on the concrete abutments that you find on the edge and on the inner circle. So we can really look at it, and whether we're tourists or residents will really appreciate it.
Okay, well, sir, thank you so much for your time. Any final comments?
No, I think we hit it pretty much everything.
Thanks, Lieutenant
Governor.
Thank you.